I want to show you that customer access piece. So I'll just minimize our reports. We've gone through everything that you really need to know to run this program, but that client access piece is pretty cool. So let me just show you how to set that up before we end the class here. So if I go back to the client tab, we can see a customer access section. This is where we can set this up. They can choose a plan. You can set a password. So this is the password that they'll need to be able to log into their customer access portal. I'm never going to remember what that is, so I'm going to just type password for this purpose here. You can specify when this information, the access to this information ends. So if you want them to only be able to look at it for a week, something like that, you can set a date. Oh, let's see. Click on update and continue. Next, it's going to ask you if you want to allow the client to view reports. So you can have either them just view data input, or you can have them be able to view data input and reports. So let's say, yeah, we want them to be able to view reports. We do want to say it's a draft copy because maybe we're just showing it to the client, but we haven't actually sat down to review the information with them yet. You can also choose what report that they can view. Do you want them to view the full report, or just the retirement report, or just the insurance analysis? So you can pick and choose, just like when you generate your own reports. Welcome text. This shows up on the home page when they log in. So if you want to give them any specific greeting or instructions, you can do that here. Hello, client. The last item is going to be important, enable, disable. So you need to make sure enable customer access is checked. If you want to stop customer access, you can also just come in here and uncheck this box. From there, you have a link that you need to send to the client. So you can copy this whole thing, send it in an email. We typically recommend you just copy the URL and send that in an email, and you call the client and give them their passwords separately rather than sending it all together. One thing I actually skipped at the very beginning here, customers may make changes to this plan. This checkbox impacts if they can actually make changes to the data input. If you are going to allow customers to make change, we recommend copying the plan and then allowing the customers to have access to that copied plan. So if they do make changes, it doesn't actually impact the plan that you created for them. So that's a good tip for you to remember. So in this case, we'll say no, they can't make changes to the plan, but they can review the data input and they can see the reports. So if I type in that URL, you'll see what your client would see. They would provide the password. Here's that greeting that I specified. And you can see that they can review the data input that's been entered into the system. So they can see their insurance policies, they can see their pensions, Social Security, regular earned income that have been entered. So they'll see everything that you've entered into the plan. And then if you allow them to view reports, they can also generate that report and take a look. So that client access can be a handy tool. And if you have any questions on how to set it up or best practices for using it, just let us know and we can help out with that. So I think that about covers everything I wanted to talk about for today's class on Silver Online. One thing that I want to make sure you guys have is our contact information for support. When you are using the program, there is help within the system. So if we go back to the program here, you'll notice this question mark on the top right-hand side. That will open up the help to the window that you're working on. So that's a great place to start. But also feel free just to contact support when you do run into any questions. Our support line is available weekdays, Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. to 5 p.m. and we are in Oregon, so it's Pacific time. Here's our phone number. Of course, you can always grab that from our website, which is just moneytree.com. You can call us anytime within those hours. There's no limit to the number of questions you can ask or assistance. If it's anything like you have a question on how to model something specific or tracking down numbers on reports, anything like that, we'll be able to help you. You can also send emails to support, and you'll get a response very quickly from that as well, which is just emailing support@moneytree.com. So I think that covers everything I wanted to cover, and thank you very much for attending today's class on Silver Online.